Good afternoon and welcome to Munich. This is Bettina Scheller and I'm obviously Peter Hudson, and we've spent a couple of days at the BMW International Golf Tournament held at the local golf club here. And we went there with just to see what was going on and what we could notice. We didn't have any specific intent, but apart from where in the NLP process says we could use our skills, and particularly that's why Bettina was there with her NLP prowess, and you're going to spend some more time with Bettina over the next few years, both as in groups and probably on a one-to-one basis. And it was a really fascinating couple of days. So we'll take it in turns to see what we noticed. So what was one of the first things that you noticed that might have an effect on performance, Bettina?
I was surprised about their lack or their ability to manage their state. I think there would be a lot of improvement when things are not going that well, to get out of the state, do a separator and start from use.
Yeah, so I think we all understand, having played golf, sometimes when the ball doesn't go where we want it to go, that we might have those state changes. But it's obviously how we first of all manage those instances if they do occur, but also how we prepare not to have those responses, and to have responses that would work better at all levels to engage us in performance. So at any time we get into an angry state, then we're basically saying that we're not enough and that something's wrong and that something's broke. And of course, within our game of golf, we're trying to make every shot just prepare as well as we can, and then just allow it to happen and accept ourselves for what we are at the end of things. What else? There was one particular funny incident, we won't name names, but what did we see on the putting green just before someone was about to go out and play?
I was interested. It was really interesting experience that he was busy sending text messages or something else, and I was surprised about him not being into his zone, not being focused and have this laser sharp focus instead of just texting, doing things on a mobile.
Yeah, and look, we go back to basic processes. What was the process that should have been going on in that putting green that's the same every single time that person goes out, that gets them into the right state and right place? We're talking about top international athletes at one of the major events on the calendar, and they're texting home or looking at the weather forecast or whatever. They should have probably at that moment in time been engrossed in some sort of process. Now, Bettina and I have talked about this a lot, and we don't want to go around imposing our maps on people. But this particular person missed the cut by one shot, and we have to ask ourselves, is the process that they're running as effective as one that we would run? And if that person was interested, would they want to attempt this process to see whether it did give them any better feedback? We can only see things and say, well, hey, in our opinion, there may be some opportunities there, but still they might have a function that's working really well. And we saw some other interesting interactions, especially between the caddies. What particularly did you see there that has opportunities for improvement?
Yeah, I think working together with the caddy, working as a team and getting an additional support. And I think some players worked very well with their caddy, got support and working together as a team. And some, they're just like hanging around, caddy is chewing gum or smoking and is on another spot than the player actually is.
Yeah, I mean that reminds me of something that I saw and Bettina saw at the same time. So what was happening was we're getting the players getting a little bit agitated and a little bit nervous, and the caddy is busy munching on gum, and then as soon as he munches on gum, he lights up his cigarette. Well, you have to think to yourself, it's something going on here. Surely that in the NLP way of things, then the caddy should be calm himself, should be a role model for that calmness, and allow the player to pick up on that calmness and go into that place. Whereas apparently from what we saw, from what we know about NLP, it's more likely that the caddy was keeping that player in a state of anxiety, which again isn't very good. And if we look at teamwork as such, wouldn't you do everything you can to improve your team's chances? And if as a player you were up against the competitor on a head-to-head, if you saw these two people really working as a team, but your caddy was off doing whatever he wanted to and you weren't getting the same support, wouldn't you feel like you had less of a chance? So I think that even just that, the ability to build a quality team that the other players recognise is something that they can be envious about will give you an advantage, because ultimately each and every one of those players should think that they can win that tournament. And I think that we didn't see that much, did we? I don't, obviously it's not written on them, but we actually didn't see out there players that thought they could win that tournament, did we?
No, not really. I think when you look at their body language, there was no confidence sometimes, and not that being into the zone and just I'm there to get it, to win it, and being confident about their skills and their
And something else that in hindsight that I pay attention. A lot of the coaches, they may come out and spend a day with them before the tournament to iron out any challenges. I have some debates about that, because we want to try and get these people into play modes. But there's no one really managing the situation out there. There doesn't seem to be too much organisation. And again, when we look at the people that we were looking at and what they've earned this year, there was large amounts of money in the bank account. So you wonder, should there be somewhere out there managing the whole thing, making sure these things go smoothly, and taking advantage of the old principle that if the coach is there, you've got 50% more chance of achieving what it is that you want to achieve. And if the coach isn't there, then surely again we've got to look at how we could work with the caddy, particularly to give them the neuro-linguistic programming skills that would allow them to help their player, with their agreement, to peak performance. So there was an awful lot going on there. That what we saw were opportunities for improvements for coaches. Especially once you enjoyed the NLP course, and particularly the help that Bettina and I will give you during those times. But also what the business opportunities are, whether it be working with caddies, working on tour. And I can guarantee you that, even after a 7-day NLP practitioner, you'll have some skills that you would have been able to help some of those players that were out there at the top of our sport playing there this week. So I don't know whether you would like to say a couple of things just to wrap up now, Bettina, maybe some, what it would be like, or what it was like when you did your first NLP practitioner. What doors it opened for you?
It opened a lot of doors. I was really surprised about the enhancement, the impact on my life. I think it begins with state management, managing your own state. If things are not very well, to get back, to make a separator, to interrupt the state, and then you're more open to other possibilities. And I think it's the calibration, it's the listening skills, the language, it's the possibility to enter the world of your opposite, and there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of improvements.
Yeah, and when I went down the 8 skills recently, we saw how NLP formed a large part of 5 or 6 of those of the 8 key skills. So look, again, as always, thanks for listening. It was a really great experience for us, and we want to show you all these skills and show you how you can impact, not on tour players necessarily, but just your clients, and know how to help them in the simplest possible way. Just on the byline, we did a nice 21-step freeze frame exercises with Bettina, and we're looking forward to showing you the results. So good night for now, and thanks for watching.
Bye bye.